You load into rank, lose 4 games in a row, look up how to improve, go back to plan and lose again. And most of the videos on how to rank up in BO6 talk about basic tactics that are probably keeping you hard stuck anyways. So today I'm gonna share some realistic tips that allow me to win multiple tournaments against probably some of them YouTubers that you ain't even know I knew and you never even knew I played against. Now everybody listen up. The first thing you wanna do before everything will be figuring out what you are worst at and focus on that more than anything. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, because that's exactly what I did to improve. I focused on what I was the worst at and just kept perfecting it. Like the thing I was the worst at, bro, I was worst at like predicting where people was and predicting where like everything was and like how to move around the map, my position, all that, basically map awareness. And then eventually, bro, I just perfected it, bro. Every day I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in this game, bro, and I'm gonna learn something new. I'm gonna learn a new technique on how to improve the map awareness. Now, if you watch my gameplays, you know it's almost like I'm hacking. I know exactly where everyone is. Even when the UAV is up, when the UAV is not up, you can ask one of my clients on Patreon. I literally showed him live me playing, and I was predicting it. I was saying it live. I was like, okay, boom. So he gonna run out this corner in 2 seconds. He ran out the corner in 2 seconds. Every time, bro, it was every kill I got, I just started predicting, bro. I started predicting. It's like I knew exactly where everything is. That's it. That's what I'm best at now. The thing I was worst at, I turned it to what I was best at because I focused on that the most. So whether that be aiming, whether that be movement, well, movement don't really matter until you really get aiming and map awareness and positioning and all that stuff down. So don't really focus on movement until you have all that stuff down. But focus on aiming and how to improve that stuff. Figure out what you are the worst at and boost that up and make that the thing that you're best at. Because once you do that, bro, once you do that specific thing right there, I'm telling you right now, your rank is going to start moving up. You're going to stop losing all these gunfights. So it could be anything. It don't have to just be the basic stuff like aiming and movement and all that stuff. It can literally be, okay, so the thing I keep dying to is I keep getting stacked on. I keep seeing 2 people in front of me and I keep getting double teamed and jumped. So figure out how could you work at that? How could you get better at challenging only one person at one time? Here's the solution. I'm going to just give you it right now. You want to have a teammate by you. You want to always be by a teammate. So this way you can kind of challenge them at the same time. Like you're not just alone, because when you're alone and get jumped, it's way worse. Meanwhile, you got a teammate right there to help you. Now it's a 2v2. It's a fair fight. So you need to work on staying by the teammates, which as a matter of fact is the next tip. The next tip is right there. Try to stay by the teammates as much as possible, bro. This is in rank. Now in a regular casual multiplayer game, you can kind of just move around and be by yourself every now and again because it don't really matter. But now you're dependent on the teammates. You're dependent on winning the game. So in order to do that, you need to stay by the teammates first of all, bro. Being by the teammates is gonna make everything so much better. You're gonna stop getting jumped as much, like I just told you. Y'all gonna be able to work together and watch different lanes. So say if a teammate, say for example, a teammate watching this lane, right? And then you watch this lane now. So now it's easier. Y'all can secure more of the map and look at different lines of sight more easier because you have that teammate next to you. Now I know sometimes your teammates can sell, but most likely your teammate's always looking somewhere, right? So just look where they're looking. Look up on the map, look at the direction of their triangular prism, and then you want to look in a different direction. Look in a different direction. Look, he looking right, you look left. And then if more teammates are by y'all have, remember there's 4 teammates in one game, right? So you got one looking this way, the other one looking this way. Now you look this way. Now y'all watching 3 different lanes. Another one might come up and y'all watching all 4 lanes now. They cannot get to y'all. As long as all of them got gun game, you will be straight. And if they don't, they just end up dying, and you can kind of predict where the enemies are because they just died to them in that direction. So that's why you always want to stay by a teammate. It's going to be your best friend to do that. Now tip number 3, this is what improved my thing, but I'm telling you, but this would improve my skills so much. It was actually after I did this, my skill level shot up. This is when I started getting all them nukes and stuff. You want to focus on making the least amount of mistakes. Most people go into ranked and they just want to try hard. They just want to, okay, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna have the best aim. You don't have the best aim yet. You haven't practiced enough for that. I want to go in here and I want to have the most sweatiest movement. I can't get touched. You don't want to be more than what you are. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. You don't want to go in it. So just focus on what you can do. Focus on making the least amount of mistakes. How you do this, you want to, okay, boom. So just go into a game, right? Analyze. This is where it comes in. Analyze your gameplays. Once you can analyze your gameplays and see, okay, I'm dying like this multiple times, you need to focus on not making those mistakes. Kind of like the first tip, just focus on what you're worst at. You want to focus on not making those mistakes, because the least amount of mistakes you make, the more likely you are to win. It's not about who's better. Most likely it comes down to who makes the least amount of mistakes. Is it going to be your team? Is it going to be the other team? Because that's the mindset I went in when in all them tournaments, bro. I was just like, okay, boom. Instead of trying to go in here and have like elite player aim, like to where I'm literally not even missing a bullet, not even for a second, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to attempt to put myself in a position to where I know I can hit every shot. So basically, I put myself in a position where I'm pre-aiming something and then I can't miss. Like I place myself in these positions where I know I'm good in. I know I'm good at. Now, I know you might say, okay, boom, you need to get out your comfort zone to improve, which is very much true. But if you are focusing on winning, bro, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be putting yourself mostly. This doesn't mean every time, because once you gotta improve. You want to mostly be placing yourself in positions where you know you're going to win. And by doing this, you will like start to win a lot more gunfights. And this way you're not making as many mistakes and you really start to catch up and catch a rhythm, and then you get all these kills and you get all these wins and everything start coming together. It's all about starting, bro. Once you can start, you can catch that rhythm and you keep going. Like for example, if I know I load into a game, right, and I'm like, okay, I'm dying because I'm running around and I'm getting shot, and it's like they always shooting before me. Then you want to place yourself where you always pre-aim. You want to place yourself in a position where you always pre-aim. So in this way, you're not getting shot like that. You're not dying like that no more, because that's how you mostly dying. Now you put yourself in a position where you're not. Which leads me to my next tip. Tip number 4, you want to always be the first one aiming in a gunfight. So basically this comes down to just pre-aiming more than the other person. But this doesn't mean you just camp and pre-aim now. You want to play slow. You don't want to really play fast. Remember, we're not trying to go for kills and we're not trying to get nukes. This is ranked. We are here to win the game and increase our elo. See, a lot of people forget that. A lot of y'all forget that. Y'all just go in and trying to get a nuke in rank. Like, bro, we're not doing that. I mean, you could. I'm not saying you can't. I've almost gotten a nuke in rank before, but like that doesn't mean like I was playing for the nuke though. I'm not worried about no nuke, bro. You want to focus on winning the game. So you want to focus on winning as many gunfights. You can do this by aiming before the enemies. Most likely, if you are aiming, 90% of the time, if you are aiming before your enemy, you will win that gunfight. Unless they have elite level movement, they make you miss all your bullets, they re-challenge in a way to where you just get smoked. Then it's very unfortunate that you were even in that position at that time in the universe. But boom, if you aiming right, you pre-aiming, what can they do, bro? You can't really counter a pre-aim. If you can pre-aim and then follow up with good tracking, you straight, bro. They not gonna know what to do. That's gonna win the gunfight every time. Now you can do this. There's a few ways you can do this. Let me show you a way that I like to do. Whether I'm in Warzone, BO6, rank, it doesn't matter what I'm playing. I do this all the time. So boom, this is what I do. Instead of just like pre-aiming, right? I obviously want to move up in the map, but I don't want to move up like this because it's let my gun down and then I gotta do a whole bunch of stuff to readjust and I'm gonna get smoked. They're gonna shoot before me. Boom. So instead, I try to like move up like this. Like I don't want to slide right there, because if I slide right there, like you see how I slide, I kind of slide behind the cover, then move off to the side and aim again. Like I'm moving up. I always move up and then aim. I slide cancel aim, slide cancel aim. There's never a moment where I'm just running around like this unless I know I'm free to do that. But we're in rank, you don't know what could happen. Teammates be selling the dude run past the teammate, you don't know what happened. Boom. So you would just always want to slide forward, aim, slide forward, aim. Like if somebody coming right here, if I want to rush on this side, somebody on the way over here, but I don't know, I kind of just slide pre-aim. Now it's gonna be very unfortunate if I just let my gun down. That's why when I let my gun down, I slide pre-aim, then I move forward, then I like that way I can aim again just in case they pop out. So boom. So I like this, and then kind of slide forward, and kind of slide forward, and then kind of slide forward. Just keep doing that, and this works every time. It's rare that I even get caught off guard when doing this. So this is something that can help you always aim before every gunfight. And if you're always aiming, you will win the gunfight 90 to 80% of the time. Now, finally, tip number 5. This will probably be the most useful tip on the whole list, besides probably like the first one. If you spawn far from the hard point, your opponents are most likely close they're close to your spawn. Basically, this is like every time you just die off the hard point, then you like, why are we spawning like 50 yards away? It's because, bro, they got y'all so pinned into the to the spawn, to where you can't even spawn closer to the hard point because they're already holding that spot. Let me see if I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. So boom, say like we on this map, right? The hill is over here. We got rock hill, right? So you might die off that hill and end up spawning like back here, right? Like in here. Is the reason why you spawn there is because boom. So like they right here or they right here. They would, like, the game would spawn you a bit closer. Don't mind, I'm in domination. Yes, it would spawn you a bit closer, but it doesn't, because this area is being guarded, and the game is like, okay, we're not gonna spawn him there, because if we spawn him here, he's just gonna get spawn trapped. It's not safe to spawn him there. So they spawn you all the way back here because it's a safe spot, and then you run out, and then there's people right here, they're occupying these areas, causing you not to spawn anywhere closer to the hard point. Because when you're playing hard point, the game will figure out how to spawn you as close as possible to that hard point. Most likely when you spawn far away, it's because the people they're close, they're like in the areas, they're guarding the areas where the game wanted to spawn you, so that we get closer. So just keep that in mind. This goes for any map, not just this map. When you're playing hardpoint, bro, it's always gonna spawn you farther because the closer spawns are being occupied. This just comes down to knowing the spawns, bro. If you can know the spawns, then you will be set, bro. It's all about knowing the spawns, and then knowing, okay, if I spawn here, that means they're close. And it just comes down to studying and knowing the spawns. This goes for any map, like I said. So now I'm gonna need you to take in everything I just taught you and apply it. I don't care if you gotta write it down on a notebook, if you gotta write down on a Google Doc somewhere, please do that. Because once you do that, bro, you will fixate it into your brain, so this way it becomes a habit when you are playing. Now that you got it a habit, you will start to improve like that. See, I fixated this stuff into my brain, so that way when I was playing, I was always thinking about it, and then that's how I improved so quickly. Most times we don't improve fast because our brain drifts off while we playing. Like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go in this game and I'm gonna focus my aim. Next thing you know, I'm focusing on map awareness or something like that, which is great. But you don't have enough time to improve at one specific skill and then move on to the next one. You just focus on all of them at one time, and that's what really messes you up. So if you really lock in on each singular one at one time, you will improve. Your elo will start to go up. You won't be getting hard stuck and all this nonsense like been happening. You will really start to see a lot of changes, because that's what happened to me. I started seeing a whole bunch of changes when I got better, and everything just came together, bro. Everything just came together. You just got to keep grinding, keep trying to improve. You will be okay. You will be okay. Remember, it's just a game. Don't be over here freaking out, bro, because I know you probably looked up this video freaking out over here having, I don't know, an episode for no reason. But anyways, if you want to see more Black Ops 6 content like this, whether that be multiplayer casual play, that be multiplayer ranked play, that be Warzone, I got horror games coming, I got a bunch of different videos coming. If you want to see anything like that, subscribe to this channel. You will get to see the whole package. But mostly, if you want to learn how to get better at Black Ops 6, Warzone, ranked, and all that stuff, subscribe to this channel, because I'm giving y'all tips that you won't hear nowhere else. You might hear one or two of them somewhere else, but most of the times you won't hear them anywhere else. So I'm giving y'all new information, and I know humans prioritize new information, so please subscribe to this channel. You will learn a lot. I'm here to share all my knowledge. I'm not gatekeeping nothing. And if you want to take it to the next level, I know I just said I'm not gatekeeping nothing, but if you want to take it to the next level, subscribe to the Patreon, man. $25 a month. It's going to be down in the description below. It's going to take you all the way up, man. If you're really serious about improving that ranked, or really serious about becoming a pro player, you will not regret it. You will not regret your subscription. I promise you that. And just take the online course. Or if you're more of a Warzone player, you're interested in seeing 6 Warzone classes that will help you win almost every gunfight, or help you win almost every game, then click on this video right here.